Okay, so we are rocking it. It's been a little break for me. I'm taking some courses, so I haven't been present on the channel. There's also construction above my place right now, and I had to build my desk. I'm pretty sure I told you guys that last time. But welcome to Law of Assumption as I see it. I am a soothing manifestation coach in the tradition of Law of Assumption and the work of Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy and Abdullah, because Abdullah is where they both got it from. And I wanted to talk today about being perfectly imperfect. So I've done this before myself. I've set up this glorious manifestation routine or exercise routine, or I've done this, I've done that, and I just want to see myself being very committed. And then if something happens and I don't do XYZ, then I have ended up in the past feeling bad about myself. And so what I want to say to you is keep a routine manageable to something you can do every day, even on days you don't feel like it, because the days when you don't feel like it is when you will benefit the most. So I absolutely recommend gamifying this stuff, because even though we are perfectly imperfect, there are certainly areas we want to improve on. There are certainly things we want to do better and show up with more presence and love ourselves a little more and love our fellow person a little more as well. So I really recommend being kind to yourself in this process, because if you are new to the Law of Assumption, if you are new to manifestation, when you first hear about it, it seems so great, right? There are no downsides. It's just amazing. It's like, oh, I can be, do, or have anything I want. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's believe that right now. And that excitement is part of the journey and something not to be trifled with or about. Absolutely be excited when you discover something that resonates and that makes things feel good to you and that makes you want to explore this work more, or makes you want to be more consistent with seeing what you want. Let's take those 70,000 thoughts we have a day. Let's focus on the ones that feel good. Let's populate our thoughts on purpose with affirmations that are very much what we want and very much of the ilk that feel good, that feel inspiring, empowering, aspiring. Let's go ahead and do that for ourselves. Let's go ahead and be consistent. So, what that looks like, I would say start small, but cultivate that awareness, right? Cultivate that awareness of what you're generally thinking, because if you don't take a look at what you're generally thinking, how do you know what to change? It took me a while to recognize some old patterns I had of thinking things that weren't serving me. And that's okay. That's okay. But we do want to expand. We do want to grow. We do want to enjoy better lives. And the way we do that, of course, is with being persistent, is with being consistent in what we want. So you take your awareness. You notice when you're not feeling good. You notice what you're thinking when you are not feeling good. And then you go to work with it. Because every time we have a thought that doesn't serve us, that doesn't feel good, every time we feel bad, both can be opportunities to feel better. Both can be opportunities and gateways to feel better, right? What happens is too many negative thoughts or too many negative feelings join the group chat, and then it's just like, oh, now I'm spiraling because I've allowed enough negative thoughts to join each other. But all we have to do is pay attention when those first 2 or 3 negative thoughts come up, notice them, and remind ourselves that it said in the Bible, doubts will come to us all, but it is our job to give attention to what we'd prefer. It is our job to look at what we want and not what we don't want. It is our job to pray as though we have received, because ask and it is given. The second we have prayed, source is on it. Source is already lined up with what we desire. That's why living in the end is so powerful, because the source within, God within, the kingdom of heaven within, is already where we want and with what we want and living that life. And the only thing that stops us from doing it is paying too much attention to the 3D and allowing negative thoughts or negative feelings to stop us. That's all it is. So time to regroup, time to reground, time to practice harnessing your awareness every day. And then we'll get into our affirmations. We'll get into saturating our thoughts, which I find is a stronger gateway than paying attention to how you feel, caring about how you feel, and then changing how you feel. Because you can feel not your favorite moment, you can feel not the best version of yourself, and still reprogram your subconscious mind. You can still say, even though I'm feeling this way, no, SP is in love with me. SP is obsessed with me. When it comes to money, you can still be physically broke in the 3D, because 3D takes time to catch up, but you can still say, no, my bank account is blowing up. Money comes easily to me. It doesn't matter what is happening in the 3D, because you get to use it to go into your imagination. The two gifts are mind and speech. To go into your imagination and see yourself with what you want. To use your word affirmations to create what you want and to continue creating it until it shows up, right? Persist in your assumption until it hardens into fact. And if it feels too daunting, then pick one. Then don't craft like 7 to 10 affirmations on 4 different subjects. Just pick one for a while. Just pick one for a while and notice how you feel after you've saturated or robotically affirmed or affirmed with feeling for 10 minutes. And notice how you feel after that session. I'm guessing no matter what, even if you felt not great at the beginning, you will feel some relief, because the saturating, the robotic affirming, the affirming with feeling drowns out the possibility of negative thoughts getting footholds. And that's what we want to do. We just want to make sure that negative thoughts don't get footholds, aka don't get our attention. Okay, so foundational stuff. Awareness, right? Cultivate that awareness. How am I feeling? What am I thinking about? You can make the correlations as well, for sure, but then make that decision that you're going to affirm no matter what, because the assumption will harden into fact. So don't use your imagination against yourself, and don't use your speech against yourself. Speak life into what you want. Minimize the things you don't want by not speaking into those so much. Okay, so cultivate awareness. We'll talk more about affirming the next time I do a video, hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to see what my schedule is like. I've got a last week and a half of school, so I'll see how I do. Yeah, but for now, cultivate that awareness. Catch yourself how you're feeling. And when you're feeling really good, ask yourself, what was I just thinking about? I'm going to think more of that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing and liking the video. I'm going to be around more now that my desk is built and I've got a little more focus, especially after I finish the schoolwork and especially after the construction finishes upstairs. I'm going to aim to post 2 to 3 times a week. 2 to 3. That wasn't 2 to 3 that I held up. No, that was 2 to 3. That was 2 to 3. So perfectly imperfect. It's quite fine to do things again. We'll bring it right back. So it's okay to be perfectly imperfect. You weren't meant to be a robot. You weren't meant to not have any feelings, right? We are perfectly imperfect. And every time something doesn't go the way we would like, it's data. It's data, and it's something to grow with, not rally against. Thank you for everything. Thank you to my very OGs, and thank you to the rest of you. You're also OGs, and we're just going to keep growing. This baby's going to grow, okay? This baby's going to grow. So thank you for everything, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.